Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday, and Cass is here, and I'm here, and we are getting ready to give you our picks of the week, and we have actually got, more stock than we've had in a couple of weeks. Just as a sidebar, there's a teeny little pinpoint of light at the end of the tunnel that is the shit show that is Direct Shot and their terrible distribution of Universal and Warner Brothers products. Maybe there's a workaround for this, so we're trying it out. Anyway, we're hoping as of maybe next week and following, things are just going to keep getting better and better for us. So everybody keep your fingers crossed. Today is Miles Davis gift prize drawing day, but first of all, let's just get to it. We got a lot to get to. Cass is going to talk about his pick of the week because he always starts us out. So what do you got?
Okay, this week I picked this new girl band record, the Talkies. The girl band is an Irish noise rock band. This is their second studio album. They had a little EP as well that was really good. And basically, girl band, they are very atonal, very experimental, post-punky noise rock band. Usually nothing in the way of like choruses or hooks or anything. They usually will just have very harsh, sort of like very dissonant guitar chords or sounds played with their vocalist just kind of screaming, yelling, very abstract, almost hilarious lyrics sometimes. Very unique sound. I could definitely see a lot of people not being into this because it's not very like musical, so to speak. There's not really anything that'll be like catchy or anything like that. But if you like noise rock and if you like acts like Black Midi, Stab Scotch, Daughters, Big Ups, just a lot of these great new noise rock bands, these guys are definitely up there with all them. And this is probably their best work to date, I'd say. Their last record or their debut was really good, but they've definitely upped up the intensity and the songwriting too. And I think the vocals are a little less tongue-in-cheek, which is, it's funny sometimes, but sometimes you want this kind of sound to be a little more serious, which it is on this album. So please check it out. It's got a great cover. They're on Rough Trade, just like Black Midi, so Rough Trade doing great things, and it's $22.95, so check it out.
Good description. I thought, I was listening to that with you this morning, and I thought that description is very spot on for that. Okay, good. All right, for this week, my pick is the new Pornographers, and this is in the Morse Code of Brake Lights, and it's on Concord Records. And this is the 8th album from New Pornographers, and it didn't start out to have a car theme, according to A.C. Newman, but as the song titles, many of them suggest, it just kind of turned out that way. But more importantly, there's 11 tracks on this album that kind of share that vibe of our experiences when we take like a long road trip. It's kind of got that kind of vibe to it, so it's pretty great. The lyrics can be kind of dark and disturbing. They're covering things like war, death, fear, pain, and such, but the instrumental rhythms of this and I think the interplay of A.C. Newman and Nico Case, it just kind of lifts that mood. It's just, it really kind of tempers the heavy subject matter, just the way that they are, and then the rhythms of this, in typical kind of New Pornographers fashion. If you're a fan of theirs, you will not be disappointed because this kind of is in keeping with how they are. I love the addition of Nico Case, her vocals playing off of him whenever she kind of takes the lead, which she does on maybe like at least 3 solid tracks on this. And then other times it'll be A.C. Newman doing the vocal lead.
Yeah.
But it's really like, it's a pop record. It's full of lush instrumentation, vocal harmonies, catchy beats. It's like, give it a chance because it's only $19.95. And, we're just happy that we find it really great that New Pornographers, after 20 years into their existence, they're still bringing it. So
Is Nico Case always been with them, or is this like, is she like a new?
I think she always has been with them, but I mean, she has been for years. If she didn't start out with them, she's been there for years. So that's
that vocal interplay between those two is definitely a key element.
It is. Let me show you that a little more up close. But anyway, very much about car themes, unintentionally, just kind of morphed into that. So, good try for you. Try that one. Okay, so Casa, I think you had another thing you would like to showcase here, right?
Yes, this is not a new album. This came out 2004. Pinback, Summer in Abaddon. Pinback is a pretty underrated Midwest emo sort of indie rock group from San Diego, actually, which I didn't realize till today. It's just a duo, and they have about 5 studio albums. This is their third. Their first 3 are considered by a lot of emo heads to be pretty great, pretty classic. And this is my favorite of theirs, and it's just been repressed on olive green vinyl.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know what the occasion is. It's kind of random, but I mean, great record. So if you've never heard of these guys before, they're very much, they're not like a lot of other emo bands where they get really aggressive and kind of like punky and loud. They're very low-key, more in the indie rock spectrum. If you like Pedro the Lion, very similar band. Just check them out if you haven't before. It's a good deal. It's $26.95, and it comes with a 7-inch too.
Yeah.
A repress of Fortress, I guess. So check it out. Great band.
Good pick. I like Pinback as well.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. So I also wanted to feature for you this little beauty. This is the Replacements. This is Dead Man's Pop on Warner Brothers through Rhino, and this is a 4 CD, 1 LP. Is it 1 LP? I'm sorry, guys. Hang on a second. It's 1 LP and 4 CDs in this. And this, they're from Minneapolis. They're an alternative rock band, and this is a new mix by the original producer, Mike Wallace. And it's of its 1989 album, Don't Tell a Soul. There's another, one disc includes that. The second disc is just full of demos, outtakes, alternative mixes, and tracks that recorded at Bearsville Studio. And then disc 3 and 4 is like the complete live performance recorded at the University of Wisconsin from 1989. And apparently it's like a really, positive crowd that's really into it. So it's a fun live recording. This is a beautifully assembled package. It's got this book. You can see kind of how thick it is on the side. It opens out into be a book, and it's filled with rare photos and memorabilia and liner notes. And time's been really kind to the Replacements. I think that they're just they're just continuing to build upon their legacy, and each passing year, but this is a real welcome addition. I think you'll really enjoy this. It's $71.95, so it is a bit pricey. But anyway, also if you're just a Replacements fan, you can come in and ask us. We'll give you a cassette, and this has let me see, it's got highlights from Dead Man's Pop on this cassette, plus 2 previously unreleased tracks and the original unused Don't Tell a Soul cover art on this. And it's really hard for me to show it to you. You're not going to be able to see that too well. Yeah, there you go.
Pretty cool.
But we'll make sure that those go with this if you want to buy this. But also, we have a few extras, so if you just want to come in and ask us for it, we'll give you one. And
limited supply, but
there's a
handful.
There's a stack. So get on in here and ask us, and we'll be happy to do that for you. So the Replacements, great band. Do you like them?
I've actually never really listened to them.
Oh, you
haven't? I know
haven't?
they're pretty legendary, but I only know that one song.
Well, I think that, that's a great tune, but they're much more than that, obviously. And I think a lot of other bands, like, maybe they're not so popular now, but I always thought that, like, Soul Asylum really drew a lot from the Replacements, their sound, Anyway, check it out.
Is this a good album to start off with, do you think?
Oh, of course, because, this is pretty pricey. So, if you just kind of wanted to find that, that original... sorry guys, Don't Tell a Soul is a great album, so you might want to start with that. But check them out. Just come and get the cassette, get some highlights, listen to it, and then see how you feel. But they're a great Minneapolis band, alternative rock band, pretty good stuff. Okay,
Check them out.
now Cass and I wanted to tell you too, of course we would be amiss if we didn't talk about the Beatles 50th anniversary of Abbey
Another
Road
remix we have for you.
Yes, so this here, this is a remix of the Beatles' legendary album Abbey Road. This is marking 50 years since the original release. Gosh, go figure, isn't that crazy? This includes studio sessions that the public has never heard before, and this for me, you're gonna talk about this as well, but this was like this band at the top of their game, and their original producer, George Martin, was kind of the ones that brought the Beatles. He was the one that brought the Beatles to the world stage. But now his son Giles has got a hold of these, and he's done the remix on these tracks. Another thing about this record was it actually really gave rise to the fact that George Harrison is a wonderful songwriter. Like before, he wasn't quite, it was always Lennon and McCartney, but now it's like suddenly they've got this third who's a genius songwriter as well.
Yeah,
So
they should have let him write right? More like
yeah, I can write a tune for sure. So anyway, this record really left us with, you know, the best of them before, you know, they stopped making music together, and you know that was like through their own stuff. But this is why it's so iconic, and you know, 50 years on, you can still see how this was so ahead of its time. So you can add in what you know you're thinking about this, Cass.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty excited for this. I know they're doing like the reissues each year, and I'm not a huge Sgt. Pepper's fan, admittedly, or White Album actually. So this one was really, I was super excited for this because over the years, I think this has become almost my favorite. I'm a big Magical Mystery Tour fan, but just all around, I mean, this is like, you know, every member is just contributing something great. Even Ringo's got Octopus's Garden, one of his best songs on it, and just every song on it's good. You know, I've always had an issue. There's a couple songs on every Beatles album where it's like, okay, that one's like not that great, you know, obla dee, obla da. But this one has like just every song on it. It's all good. And then my favorite thing about this album, that little triple punch at the end where Paul has those 3 songs, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and the end, incredible. So if you love this album like we do, it's definitely worth buying. I did listen to these mixes this morning. It's not like a huge difference. It's not going to like blow your mind, but it does sound really good. And just like the last White Album reissue, Paul's bass lines have been amped up a bit. The little embellishments and strings are a little louder. Ringo's drumming is produced a bit better. Sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's quieter. So
I was reading
he's done a lot.
This little interview thing, and they were talking about how Ringo and Paul were with Giles in the studio kind of listening back, and they kind of turned to each other and went, we were really good that day.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
It's funny, they're the 2 remaining members that are still alive, and they had the most notable difference on this album, so clearly they had a bit of a hand in the
Well, it helps when you're still alive and you can say what's on your mind, right? Anyway,
but,
let's give y'all some prices on those.
Incredible.
Okay, so just the regular 50th anniversary LP is $20.95. Okay, then the 3 CDs with the Blu-ray, well, they look the same. That
Looks
one
like
is $84.95.
And it comes with a little booklet from the side view. So according to our friend Alex, he bought this, and it says that he bought it for this huge booklet it comes with, and I guess none of the other versions have it. It has like pictures of the band during the sessions of like John and Paul. So
well, it's also got the Blu-ray, which the LP deluxe version doesn't have. So that one, like I said, that's why it's more pricey. It's $84.99 for the CDs and Blu-ray.
that's for the completest, I'd say.
Yes, and then the 3 LPs anniversary deluxe also has the booklet. This one here, that one's $78.95. And then finally, we've got the picture disc, which is $31.95. And the one thing that the buyer and I were talking about with this, our little complaint was the colors don't seem super vibrant, but there is like one of those hazy plastic covers. So I'm hoping that when you open that and bring it out, that it's like full pop, you know?
Also, I think, you know, picture discs are great, but given that this is the intention of this reissue is for the sound to be better, I think buying it on picture disc kind of defeats the purpose.
In
but
a way, yes.
If there's never been a picture disc of this before,
it's a cool thing to have.
A cool thing to have.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
So,
Okay, so let's move these things away, and we actually have not a super lengthy list, but at least we got something for y'all this time compared to normal. I'm super excited that we may be getting that stuff ironed out a little better right before the holidays when everything is going to go nuts in here. So yeah, see, look at this, you guys, 2 piles today. Okay, let's start out right out of the gate. We've got Laurie Anderson, Shoygal, and Smith, the songs of the Bardo. And this is 2 LPs for $28.95. And I'm not even sure, every time I hear Bard, I'm saying, is there something about Shakespeare that has to do with this? Or, like, I don't know, because I didn't get a chance to listen to this morning.
Yeah, me either.
But I do love some Laurie Anderson, so I'm thinking that's probably pretty keen. I would like to listen to that later. Okay, then we have Atmosphere, Sevens Travels, 3 LPs for $26.95, and that's really reasonable for 3 LPs, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really
Wow, yeah. Set on a colored vinyl by chance? It should kind of be white, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it is.
No?
But,
Okay.
yeah, Atmosphere, very consistent wrapper.
All right. And then we have, I think this is a favorite of Cass, we have Beak, Life Goes On EP. It's only an EP, so how many songs are on there, do we know?
Only 4 songs, and honestly, I listened to it. The last song is kind of whatever, but the first song's incredible. Like one of the best Beak songs they've ever made, and then the other 2 are pretty good. So I mean, if you're gonna buy this, just get it for that first track. And it's supposed to be a companion piece to their full-length album that came out last year. So if you haven't heard about this band yet, it's Jeff Barrow from Portishead. So he's great.
And that is at $18.95, just so you know. So yeah, I don't know, Cass. $18.95. If there's only like one really good song in it, that's a little.
I'd say 3 of the songs are really good, but the last one's just like whatever. But
Okay.
check it out if you're a Beak head.
All right. And then we're going on to Buddy Collette. Polynesia, $24.95. So what's this all about? Any idea? This? Well, is it a jazz thing? Because he plays flute and clarinet, right? Oh,
yeah. Well, Chuck was telling us this is like a really like weird experimental jazz record that was like long sought after. I think this has never been pressed on vinyl before.
Oh.
It's a deep cut from Collette. So
okay.
This is a weird one from what we've heard. So check it out.
The weirder the better. We like it. Okay.
Definitely.
Now we've got Creeping Death, Wretched Illusions for $22.95.
Cool. Never heard of these guys, but it's
you haven't heard of Creeping Death?
No, that's a great name.
Really? God, I thought you, the metal kid, would like be all. How do I know that and you don't know that?
Oh yeah.
That's nuts. Okay.
I like the font.
I'm gonna get your Creeping Death on. You got $22.95. That'll cost you. Okay. Now we have Dayseeker Sleep Talk. This is $24.95. And you know, this is funny. I listened to this morning and I realized that I guess they've been playing a few of these tracks on Sirius that I always listen to because I didn't know that I knew what this stuff was already. And on Discogs, they have it listed as metal, which I find very bizarre.
Yeah,
now
it's on Spine Farm.
Yeah, well, there are, you know, some tracks where it does kind of get that, you know, real crunchy sound going, but some of it I just thought was kind of straight up indie rock.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool cover.
But anyway, yeah, there you go.
Did not get to hear that this morning.
All right, now this, can I say this right? Gosh, I have so much trouble with this.
Good luck.
After Clang, Alted Salmon. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, and that's $22.95, and we did put this on this morning, and it was very sleepy. It is on 4AD, so you know, in keeping with how they are. It didn't last long with the group in the other room. They it's like I think that's one of the ones where you got to really sit back and listen to it. So, I mean, it wasn't offensive. It was just kind of it was sleepy.
Oh, I think I remember which one.
Yes. All right, now we've got Ace Frehley, Animali, 10th Anniversary Deluxe 2 LPs for $27.95. Ace Frehley, of course, is he what, the drummer in Kiss?
Oh, no. He's the main
is he
main guitarist.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Well,
there's Gene Simmons is the bass player.
Yeah, no, he's main
Peter
main
Criss
guitarist.
is the drummer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ace Frehley's the main man. This won't put you to sleep, that's for sure.
It depends.
I guess so.
Okay.
So,
did I tell you the price on that already? Yeah, $27.95, 2 LPs.
On yellow vinyl too.
Then again, which also underscores how $26.95 is a brilliant price for 3 LPs for Atmosphere.
Definitely.
Man, you know, that's like a great price for 3 LPs. Anyway, I digress. Now we've got Ghost. This is prequel box set, colored vinyl, $79.95. Now, how many records are in here? Doesn't say on my sheet.
I think it's only 1 LP.
What?
Yeah, just 1 LP, but it has a lot of stuff.
No.
A 7-inch with rarities, a 60-page arena tour photo book, which sounds pretty crazy, wrapped in a black gator skin. 4 12x12 live photo prints.
That's awesome.
Artwork. It comes with the album on transparent orange with black smoke colored vinyl.
Oh, I like it.
So if you're a fan,
show them the back of that up in the camera.
Ghost.
So that's all the stuff. That's all the loot that you get in this box. It's actually a good looking box.
It is.
Look at the front of that. It's all kind of embossed, gold embossed.
I would say $80. That's not even that much, really. If you're a fan of this album.
I mean, I think it's gonna sell for sure. But even look at the spine. That's gold embossed. God, you know, it's pretty deluxe. Yeah. All right. So now, you know, the Christmas albums are gonna come rolling in as you're gonna see here. First up, we got Vince Gill Christmas Collection. 2 LPs for $22.95. I don't know why we need 2 LPs of Christmas songs by Vince Gill, but I suppose if that's your thing, you're going to be happy with that. Now it looks to me like, are these kind of like 2 previously released Christmas LPs of his packaged into one thing?
Yeah, it's like compilation sort of deal.
Okay, that's why.
So, okay.
That's a lot of Christmas music from one person though. Wow, man. All right, so next up we got Peter Green, and this is White Sky, 180 gram colored vinyl LP. Is that like music on vinyl?
Yeah, well, color, it's white color.
Okay,
lovely
and
cover too.
so that, surprisingly, it's only $21.95 because usually music on vinyl is very expensive.
I know, yeah.
Okay, very nice. I'm sure that that's going to be like kind of sought after. Yeah. All right, so next up we've got Beth Hart, War in My Mind, light blue vinyl, $24.95. Now, isn't Beth Hart the one that is often kind of collabs with Joe Bonamassa?
Yeah.
So she's a keyboard player? Is that her deal?
I guess so.
Yeah.
She's playing piano and whatnot.
Okay.
Lightning coming out of her head, so
Sweet.
exciting.
Okay. Now we've got Lambert, True. This is $24.95, and again, put this on this morning, and
This is weird.
I love the photo on the back with that mask. I think that's just looks like it's going to be really great, but again, it was a little bit sleepy. It does have a download code included, though, if you want to take your Lambert on the road.
Bad cover.
Yeah, isn't that a great mask? Wow, so good. But anyway, I think maybe that's another one where you've got to take some time and listen to that. And a lot of times our group in the other room gets a little impatient if
They need the instant gratification.
or they have to like stay up because they don't want to be kind of dozing off at their desks.
At work,
right?
that's true.
All right, now we got Brenda Lee. This is Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, $17.95.
Okay.
Okay. I think everybody knows what that's all about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we got Ramsey Lewis, More Sounds of Christmas for $17.95.
Okay.
Here it comes, you guys. I'm serious. Oh boy. Now, this was great. We listened to this morning. This is Moon Duo, Stars Are the Light. This is on red vinyl and it's $19.95. I like Moon Duo. I think they're pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very consistent. Also, I read Sonic Boom from Spaceman 3 and Spiritualized is hooking up with them on this too.
Oh.
So he's providing some guitar and I think vocals. So
Okay.
cool combo.
Nice. Okay, and now we've got 10 Bands, One Cause. This is like the breast cancer awareness on pink vinyl. This one's Amanda Palmer, There Will Be No Intermission. And we listened to this morning too, and there didn't seem to be anything quite different from her usual stuff. Amanda Palmer is very much like, you know, she's kind of like, maybe we should censor that cover. It's a little bit performance art and you know, kind of indie rock combined. I mean, she's a quirky girl, but anyway, like I said, not too much different. There's 2 LPs of this, and it's $36.95. So, full
Yeah,
10.
I think all these pink ones are going to be a little pricey.
Yeah. Now we've got also another one. This is the same thing. It's the awareness. It's John Prine, In Spite of Ourselves, on pink vinyl for $26.95. But that one is only like 1 LP, so kind of makes Amanda Palmer look like a bargain.
I know. And I might as well show this other pink
that's
one.
the last guy?
Yeah,
what was his
Coulter
name?
Wall.
Coulter Wall. Yeah,
So-
he's $21.95.
So these are the 3. I think there's more, but
Yeah,
these are
there's
the only
going to be
ones we
10.
got.
I think there's 10 collective, so I guess they're going to be like a trickle in. There's your first 3 up. But yeah, that, like I said, that Amanda Palmer seems like a real bargain at that point.
I know.
You know? Okay. So now we've got Roots, Things That Fall Apart, and this is a deluxe 3 LPs for
awesome.
$65.95.
One of the best Roots albums. So if you like them, pick this up.
It's got one of these like crazy old time photos where just like cops chasing, you know, people down the street. It's like, oh god, it's so disturbing, but
It's pretty scary.
yeah.
Good record.
All right, now we've got Diana Ross, Wonderful Christmas Time, 2 LPs for $22.95.
Okay,
Is that kind of reissue as well, or is that new? Does that seem new? I'm thinking it's reissue.
This is reissue.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Now, new album from Sturgill Simpson, Sound and Fury, $20.95. And there's also one on red vinyl for $21.95. And this is, of course, the new Sturgill Simpson, where we've had our complaints with him about what he did to, what's that, Tyler Childers record? We don't know what happened. So hopefully he was saving all the good stuff for himself here, I hope.
Yeah, I don't know if this really is like an album, because it's for a film, so I guess it's more of a soundtrack. So I don't know how serious he was about the tracks on here, but if it's a regular album, then that's good.
I don't think he was too
Sturgill's
serious
great.
about helping Tyler Childers, but okay. Now, we've got the soundtrack for the Cast and Boys in the Hood, 2 LPs, $22.95, which is pretty great, right?
Nice.
Yes. We have Status Quo on the Level on orange vinyl, $25.95. And that looks like a big reissue as well, because they look very, very young there.
Yeah, this looks like a good album.
All right, lastly, we've got for you the Temptations Christmas card. This is $17.95.
Wicked.
Okay, so that wraps up I'm going to post the list down below so you guys can see prices if you can't remember what we said. And let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to draw for Miles Davis. And thank you all for entering, because this is probably the best response we've had to our giveaways. Don't you think, Cass?
Yeah, definitely, which is good, because we're going to start doing more of these if the labels keep
giving us
the goods, and we have another one coming up too, a Grateful Dead one. So
yeah, that's
keep
coming.
your eyes peeled for that.
Yes, but don't give it all away, because we're concentrating on Miles today. Now you get the fabulous Rubberband LP. It's a double LP, and this is so good. So that's part of your gift package. You get this bracelet that says Rubberband on one side and Miles Davis on the other side, and then you do get the T-shirt that has the cover art from Rubberband, and this is taken from an original painting that Miles did during that time period. So anyway,
he did the painting?
Yes, he did. Miles had his hand in very many pies. And the nice thing about this, it's just got the track listing on the back. So it's cool. Now, the thing about this, sorry if you're a small person, because this is a jumbo, but that's just the way it was. It's what we got. And Rhino insists that it's on the way. There is a 7-inch that goes with this as well. It hasn't showed up yet. What? Oh, this? Yeah, that's pretty good too. So we may have to go ahead and send you out these 3 pieces and then follow up with the 7 as soon as Rhino gets it here. As of yesterday, my rep was telling me that no, they insist that the 7 is on the way. So for right now, let's get to it. Well, we've got all these names in our beautiful little box here. So Cass, when you pick, try to make sure you only get 1 piece of paper, because you don't want to bum anybody out by getting 2 stuck together, right?
All right.
Okay, we've got a lot of names in here. See, look at how many there are. There's 10 tons. Okay.
Really? Shuffle these around, right? So there's no cheating going on here.
Yeah, no.
All right, here we go. From the bottom. Oh, no, dropped it.
Okay, let's see who you got.
That's it. It is
Peter Klieg.
Klieg.
K-L-E-I-J. K-L-E-I-G? Hi. Okay, so Peter, that's all yours, and we will get in touch with you. And if you're local, you can come in and pick it up if you want. But if you're away, then we will be happy to send it to you. So we'll get in touch with you today. Thank you so much, everybody, for your entries, and keep your eye on it, because we'll have more to come of fun stuff.
Right,
so okay, yeah, congratulations, because this is a really good record, you guys. And when we had everybody just kind of mention what their favorite Miles album was, just so we knew that they would enter. Far and away, kind of blew it out of the water. That's everybody's favorite. But a couple of good nods to maybe a couple of unexpected things, like On the Corner, and I thought Sketches of Spain would be much more, but it wasn't. But
some Bitches Brew.
There was some Bitches Brew, yeah. And let's see, I forgot. I don't have my piece of paper with the tallies on it.
Well, one person said, which is also my favorite, which is Roundabout Midnight. That is by far my favorite. That's his first album, I think.
Was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And Tutu, I think there was like a couple of people want like that. But anyway, kind of blew it out of the water. But again, as I was telling you with the contest, that is like to date the best-selling jazz album, and it was sort of nice that even after hitting that pinnacle, Miles didn't stop trying new things and moving forward, because he could have probably just sat back after that, but he didn't. Anyway, so okay, Peter, good for you. All right, guys, this weekend we are open 12 to 4, Saturday, Sunday. I don't believe there's any great shows going on around. Is there anything we need to...
No, I don't think so. Yeah, we're kind of showed out. I mean, I got Desert Days coming up in a couple weeks.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's still a little ways away.
I'm kind of toying with the idea just for, because there's such a lack of shows right now. I was thinking about maybe Soccer Mommy at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Could be cool.
It could be. It's like they're probably pretty fun live. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm kind of toying with that. I haven't really decided yet. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for returning from your little sojourn that you're back in action now.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.